Virgo, welcome to your monthly horoscope for May 2024. My name is Adina. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and in these monthly horoscopes, I go over the major themes, topics, and energy you will be moving through for the month ahead. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you align with my energy and enjoy my content. Now, let's get right into it. So, before we get into the May energies, I just want to touch on kind of what took place the end of April. We now have Mars in Aries right here in your eighth house, and we now have Venus and Taurus up here in your ninth house. So, this is really shifting the energy because Mars rules our motivation, willpower, and drive. So, having Mars in Pisces sometimes can feel a little depleting. It's a little bit more challenging to kind of get that motivation and drive to go after what we want or get things started. Now, also too for you, because Mars was in your seventh house of relationships, this is going to be really nice if you were having challenges around your relationships and one-on-one connections. Mars is clear out of that seventh house. Thank goodness. Now, having Venus in the ninth house rules higher education, higher knowledge, long distance travel, philosophy, belief systems, religion, also astrology, and publishing is in the ninth house. So this can be really great for all of those themes and topics. Now, right on the second, we have Pluto stationing retrograde. And also, I just want to note too, with this Mars energy, depending on if you are born during the day or during the night, is going to depend on how this Mars energy is expressed. Sometimes Mars in the eighth can be a little bit challenging, but if you're born at night, Mars is not your most malefic planet. Saturn is, so this energy can tend to feel a lot easier. If you're born during the day, Mars is your most malefic planet. So sometimes Mars in the eighth can bring challenges around partners' finances or money coming in from outside resources or psychological hurdles that you're having to address, you're having to move through. So I did just want to note that. Now, on the second, Pluto is going to station retrograde. So we had Pluto enter Aquarius back in January. Now, I think with this Pluto retrograde, collectively, we're going to see a lot around AI, technology. There's been a lot of creepy stuff around AI. I think that's been exposed and come out over the last couple of months. So I think we'll see more focus on that. Now, individually, in February, we had all of the personal planets connect to Pluto. And the first week of May, we have this Venus square to Pluto. We also have Mars forming a sextile to Pluto. So there can be something around whatever was seeded and created at the time of the Mars Pluto conjunction or even the Venus Pluto conjunction. And there's these are like milestones to whatever was seeded. So this sextile could bring in some type of opportunity. The square could bring in maybe some tension. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Now, Pluto is going to re-enter Capricorn September 1st for the last time. We will have Pluto in Capricorn from September 1st to November 19th, and that will be the last stretch of Pluto in Capricorn. Now, once we get to the 6th, we have Mercury forming a conjunction to Chiron. Now, I did post a Mercury retrograde video where I go into this energy a lot deeper if you want to check that out. But Mercury is going to make the third and final conjunction to Chiron on the 6th. And whatever was triggered for you, really, with that solar eclipse we had in Aries, because that solar eclipse was conjunct Chiron exact. And this may have been very psychological for you, Virgo. There may have been a lot you were moving through mentally. There might be a final understanding or clarity around the healing journey and healing process with this final conjunction. Because we want to remember that we've been moving through these Mercury, and Mercury's your chart ruler. So you feel this, more so than the other signs. We've been moving through this Mercury retrograde energy since March 18th. Now that Mercury is post shadow, moving over those degree points that Mercury retrograded over, now we're starting to gain clarity and a better understanding on whatever was activated, whatever themes and topics we were kind of addressing during the Mercury retrograde period. So this can have to do with your healing, whatever you've been healing psychologically, mentally, Now, on the 7th, we're going to have the new moon in Taurus. And of course, I will post a separate new moon forecast getting really deep into this energy. But this is up in your ninth house of higher education, higher knowledge, long distance travel, philosophy, religion, belief system. So, this is a great time to seed intentions around those themes and topics. Plus, this new moon in Taurus is extremely powerful because we have the ruler of Taurus in Taurus, which is Venus. So this is a great energy to utilize if you're wanting to start anything around publishing, traveling, like long distance traveling, anything around your religious beliefs or philosophical beliefs or just beliefs in general. This is a great time to do so. Then once we get to the second week of May on the 13th, we're going to have the Sun conjunct Uranus. So we have quite a lot going on in the Taurus area of our lives the first few weeks of May. So there's a lot of focus on, these ninth house themes and topics. When we have the Sun conjunct Uranus, this can be really great for energy work. Uranus rules the electrical systems in our body, and Uranus is also known as the Great Awakener. The Sun is our life force energy and consciousness. So this is a great time to do energy work, anything around awakening, enlightenment, anything around that. This is really great energy to utilize. On the 15th, we're going to have Mercury enter Taurus. Again, bringing more energy and focus to that ninth house. On the 18th, we're going to have the Sun conjunct Jupiter and Venus conjunct Uranus. So this can be really great. This is a lot of benefic energy. Like May's really great energy to utilize to really initiate, really get things going. So I keep kind of trying to drive that home with all the signs because this is not a month to just kind of be slack. We really want to utilize this great energy. Having the Sun conjunct Jupiter, this is really benefic energy. This can be great for, again, energy work or initiating something with these ninth house themes and topics. The Sun is also the ruler of your 12th house. So spiritual work, karmic energy. This is really great energy with Venus conjunct Uranus. Venus is the ruler of your second house of money and finances, and also the ruler of course, the ninth house. So there might be something very sudden showing up around money and finances, but again, it's not really challenging. It's, very benefic. There's a lot of positivity here. So there might be something really beautiful coming in financially, or, just like a sudden surprise, maybe even a sudden trip. I'm sure it's going to show up for all of us different, but it really could be, it's really affecting these areas of our life. So, that ninth house and second house, even values, values could be shifting at this time, values and belief systems. Then once we get to the 18th and 19th, we have Mars conjunct the North Node. And Mars being in Aries is already great for motivation, willpower, and drive. When Mars forms a conjunction to that North Node, I've been telling all the signs that this is when we get fire under our ass. We feel this internal desire and passion to go after something new, whatever these whatever the nodes and eclipses have been changing in these areas of life, which for you, Virgo, is your money houses, your second house of money, finances, and material possessions and values, and the eighth house of money coming in from outside resources, also psychological healing and transformation, your partner's finances. There's this really powerful desire to almost move in a certain direction, something that's very new, something that's possibly unknown. So pay attention on these days at this time period, so that you can kind of be aware of, we want to remember that the nodes are very faded and very karmic. So you want to pay attention to what is showing up for you at this time, because that can give you an idea of what you're supposed to take action with, the direction you're supposed to move in. Then once we get to the third week of May, we have so much benefic energy and tons of energy shifts. On the 20th, we have the Sun entering Gemini. This is your 10th house of career and public reputation. So we have a lot of focus on this ninth house. And as we reach the end of May, the focus goes into the 10th house, your career, public reputation, public image. So this is a great time to get things moving or start something new around your career. You're going to have a lot of supportive energy for for that. On the 22nd, we have Venus forming a conjunction to Jupiter. So we have both benefic planets coming together. This is in your ninth house. This can be great for finances. This can be, really good for finances because Venus is the ruler of that second house, connecting to Jupiter. So yeah, pay attention to what's going on, or if you're wanting to set intentions around money and finances. I mean, this is a great day to initiate something around finances, money, values, those themes and topics. This is great energy, Virgo, for money. Now on the 23rd, we're going to have the full moon in Sagittarius. We're going to have the sun forming a trine to Pluto, and we're going to have Venus entering Gemini. So Venus is going to enter that 10th house, bringing more focus to your career and public reputation. This could be great energy for money, great energy for forming connections within your career or like business connections. But really like great energy for money and career. This would be a great time to ask for a raise or again, take some initiation and next steps towards your career. When we have the full moon in Sagittarius, this is in your fourth house of home, family, property, and real estate. Think back to 6 months prior, the intentions that you set at the time of the new moon in Sagittarius. Now is when you can see those intentions come to fruition. I will also post a full moon forecast going into the charts and this energy, so watch for that. And then the sun trine to Pluto. This could be very transformational for work because Pluto is in your sixth house of work. The sun is in your 10th house of career. So these are your work and career houses. So there could be something very beautifully changing for you around your career, around your finances. This is really great. This could also be, also too, because the sixth house is like work, health, and daily routine. So there might also be something you're changing with your daily routine that is then going to affect your career in a positive way. Now, on the 25th, we have Jupiter entering Gemini. So we're going to have Jupiter in Gemini for 12 months, roughly, because Jupiter spends about 12 months in each sign. This is a benefic energy. This is great for your career, Virgo. Like, this is the month to really start pushing forward with anything you want to initiate around your career and public reputation. This is going to be really good for you, for that. So I'm going to post a separate video going into the Jupiter and Gemini energy and all of the Jupiter, all the transits Jupiter is going to make in Gemini, and then also all 12 rising signs. So watch for that. But this is when it begins for career for you. Like this is amazing energy. And at this point, you have both benefic planets in your 10th house with the sun. So there's a lot of focus on career, and there's a lot of great energy to start something new within your career or initiate something within your career. Once we get to week 4, we have on the 29th, Mars connecting to Chiron. And this is when we can have some type of trigger around whatever has been triggered and activated with the Chiron energy this last month, like the month of April with the solar eclipse conjunct Chiron. Whatever you've been moving through mentally, psychologically, this can be a trigger. This is a day that we do want to tread lightly. We do want to have that awareness to pay attention to what is showing up for us mentally and psychologically, because this can be a trigger and it might be a little bit challenging and difficult. Now on the 31st, we're going to have Mercury conjunct Uranus. So Mercury is your chart ruler. This is a day you may feel very anxious. We want to remember that generally Mercury rules our mind, our thoughts, communication. When Mercury conjuncts Uranus, we can have a lot of intuitive downloads. We can be having a lot of thoughts. It can be very hard to slow the mind down. We can feel very anxious. This is a very good day to do some grounding, drink a lot of water, eat a lot of rooted vegetables, because it's really going to help keep you grounded in this energy. Now from May 30th to June 2nd, we have Jupiter in Gemini forming a trine to Pluto retrograde. This is great for transformation. This is great for career. There's something, beautifully transforming here around career, your work, health, and daily routine, and also Pluto ruling your third house of communication, mindset, community, neighbors, neighborhood. Those themes and topics are all on the table for transformation with this energy. And it's a trine. It's very beautiful. It's easy flowing. It's positive. But think back to the beginning of 2020. What were you initiating or what started for you? Because that's when we had the Jupiter Pluto conjunction. So collectively, we all know what started the beginning of 2020. I think we're definitely going to see more around that. But with the Jupiter Pluto conjunction, what was going on with you? What were you moving through? There can be something very beautifully transformed around that. So, Virgo, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this helps you navigate the energy for May. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you align with my energy and enjoy my content. And also, I would love to hear your astrology stories in the comments below, and I will connect with you in the next one.